Okay, are we going here? I think we're going. It looks like we are. So, hi everybody. It's Shannon, obviously, from houseimprovements.com. And I think we're going anyways. I got about 18 seconds here, it says. Let's see if anybody want to type something? Let's see if my comments are working here. Oh, there we go. We got Tia Druvus. Hey, Shannon, just wanted to say thank you for your videos. You're welcome very much. Thank you for logging in here and leaving the first comment tonight. Okay, so it looks like comments are working. I'm obviously coming across to you guys. Sounds all right. I'm not seeing anybody saying they can't hear me or turn it up or anything, so I think we're all good. Little bit of a different situation for us. I know we're kind of new to the whole live streaming thing as it is, this being basically our third one, but we're also doing this with some social distancing as I'm broadcasting straight from my office, and I've got my business partner working from his home on the other end looking after the moderation. So hopefully this all works out and we can get through and spend some time tonight discussing whatever you guys want to talk about. Obviously, we've got lots of people tuning in here. We got David Martin. How are you? Hi, David. Good to see you. We got Chuck in Nebraska. Good job. High Ridge Handyman. Hi, High Ridge. Good to see you. Julie, Ron Bernard, Mario 20, Jacob. Who else do we got? Ron's there. Jason Dahl. High Ridge Handyman again. Hope all is okay with you and your family. Yes, and same to everybody out there. I hope everybody in this crazy COVID new world thing that we're all experiencing right now, hope everybody's safe and healthy as they can be. My family's all good. Everybody's good. Hey, there's Chaka Gillis. Thanks, Chaka, for the super chat. Appreciate that. Ryobi is garbage. I think you say that every time. So yeah, so I do hope that everybody's healthy and following whatever their government is telling them to follow as far as rules and that sort of thing. I'm in Canada, as I think most of you know, in Saskatchewan. So we've been social distancing for, I don't even know now, since March, middle of March or early in March, for the most part. So everybody's been staying pretty close to home. My wife works in the healthcare industry, so she's leaving the house basically every day. But my two kids are living here at home right now, back from university and school, and well, we're all just trying to live like every other family under one roof in a close situation, as far as not being able to come and go like we're used to. So anyways, I just want to say I hope everybody's good. So who else we got tuning in tonight? We got Eden, we got Kevin, Kim Slows, Ram A11. I have Ryobi. Should I throw them all out? Well, I wouldn't go that far yet, but you might want to start a budget for maybe a different tool line. Whatever, if it's working for you, I would say just keep going with it. But who else do we got? We've got Kaboom 362. Rigid is good for the price. I would agree. There is a price point there, especially as a homeowner. If the tool will do the job and you can do it for a quarter of the price or half the price or whatever, and you're happy with it, there's nothing wrong with it, really. Is a pro going to go out and use Ryobi? Not very likely, but that's a whole different thing between DIYers or homeowners and pros. We're using them every day and abusing them, really. And some of the brands just won't hold up, in my opinion. So we got Lightspeed Monk. Hello from Alberta. Yeah, we got Alberta. We got lots of Canadian people tuning in and US people. I haven't noticed anybody from outside of North America yet, but I know last time we had a couple, so we'll see as the night goes if I notice them. It's a little harder for me by myself to watch this list on the side. Usually I've got some help sitting just off to the side, help me out, pointing out a few things to try to catch. But so if I miss you, I'm sorry. It's just something new here I'm learning on myself. I'm surprised I was able just to get the computer going and actually have you be able to see and hear me. So Revolver 11, or what's that say? Revolver 11 full, Tyler Case. That must be your name, I guess, Tyler. Good to see you. Carlos Lara, thanks for the videos. You're welcome. Kevin Tillowak, my wife and I are both at high risk with medical factors, but still have to work because our jobs are considered essential. Last time I checked, junk mail was not essential. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Kevin. There's a lot of people in your situation, I know, that really don't want to be out in the public or dealing with people too close at hand, but they're kind of stuck with that just because of the job or the occupation they have. And unfortunately, it's not good for everybody, but we do appreciate everybody who is going out there and keeping the wheels turning in society and the economy, for that matter. All our healthcare workers and law enforcement, firefighters and mail delivery people, and even the people that will still deliver some food to us or whatever, that sort of thing. So we appreciate that. Grocery store clerks, everybody that's still out there doing their part, we appreciate it. Anybody that doesn't need to be out there, I'd recommend you just stay home as best you can. So my streaming quality is amazing, as Ivan says. Well, that's good. I assume you're meaning the camera and stuff, but because my skills aren't that great in streaming. But so we got Anelson Thomas. Hi, Shannon. How can you be reached for advice? The easiest way to reach me is to post questions in the forum. I have had people try to directly contact me. That's not the most efficient, because if I start allowing that, I just won't ever get anything else done. So go to the forum. I'm in the forum multiple times every day. We also have other people there that are good at what they do and what we are trying to do there. So you can go there for advice for sure. So just post up there. Hi from Ontario, that's J.E. Don B, which brand is your favorite? Well, come on, if you've ever watched any of my videos, you see a lot of red in my videos. So I guess Milwaukee's right up there. I used to run all DeWalt. I kind of switched over to Milwaukee because I wanted to give it a try. And once I was there, I loved it. So I just kept going with that. So that's the bulk of what I have. I've got a little mix of everything, but as far as cordless tools goes, I think everything's now red. So whoop, I just missed that. Oh, Shannon, since you're a construction person, if you had to decide between Home Depot and Lowe's, which one is better? This is from Mitchell Myers, sorry. Lowe's or Home Depot? Honestly, I think a lot of those, Lowe's and Rona are basically the same people anyways, but Rona, Lowe's, and Home Depot, they really carry a lot of the same stuff. Maybe not the same brands and everything, but they have the same selection. I do like Home Depot. I don't have a Home Depot right local to me. It's just 1 hour away, so I don't use it quite as much as sometimes I'd like to, just because I'm used to their selection. They were kind of first on the market here in my area, so I got comfortable there. But they're all good. You just got to kind of, in my opinion, pick one and make it your favorite and keep going there. You can always use the other ones when you can't find what you want at your favorite. So I've got Will Nance, Milwaukee or Makita impact driver. My DeWalt has taken a beating and thinking about making a change. Well, I haven't actually used a Makita impact driver. I've used their drills years ago. They made a good drill years ago. I mean, we used to use them in commercial construction when they were pretty much the only cordless drill out there. So I would imagine their impact is pretty decent too. And I would think that they're probably on the lower price point compared to Milwaukee. Kevin Tillak, I prefer Milwaukee. That's what I use. Well, same with me. But like I said, it's kind of whatever you can afford for one thing and whatever you like. Once you start into one base like DeWalt or Milwaukee or Ryobi or whatever you have, you might as well stay in that brand if you can and just keep building on it, because your batteries become interchangeable and everything, and that just saves on some of the costs. You can start buying bare tools instead of batteries and chargers all the time. So let's see who else we got. Oh, we got a Sam Henke with a super chat. He says, I love the channel and the TP multiplier. Yeah, hey, it's right back here on the shelf. Here we are. For any of you that didn't see my April Fool's video, you might want to go check that out after and see what that was all about. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate the super chat. So yeah, that was our last video. It was it's a joke. It's an April Fool's joke, but it was something that actually I probably spent more time building that darn thing than I did getting ready for most of the videos you've seen us do in other things. So it was something we wanted to do for a while, was some kind of April Fool's joke. And we were just hoping to lighten up the mood with the whole COVID thing going on. In fact, my business partner wasn't sure how that was going to go over. I think he was a little nervous about releasing it, but I kind of convinced him about doing it. We had to do some social distance filming in that video to get that one out to you guys, but I think all in all it went pretty good. I was just looking before we went live. We were almost at 11,000 views on that, which is higher than normal for 3 days in or whatever on most of our videos. I wouldn't say it's viral, but it's making the rounds, so I appreciate that. So if you've watched it, please click like and share the video as well. So we got Michael Myers again. The reason why I asked which one you prefer is because I work for Lowe's in the US in California. Lowe's owns Rona in Canada. Yes, yeah, I realize that. Locally here, I've got a Rona, and not that far away, we have Home Depot and a Lowe's. So like I said, it really depends what you're looking for, but a lot of you guys carry the same types of products. So Thomas, let's go. Who was that? Thomas Lopez. For doing framing, do you have any book that you can recommend me that I can learn the trade? Well, tune into houseimprovements.com on YouTube. We've got tons of framing videos there. I don't know of a book right offhand that covers a lot of it. Reading isn't my first thing that I go to try to find things. So I can't say right off the top of my head, Thomas. COVID Caveman, Nova Scotia here. Thanks for the videos. Learning lots. Stay safe. You too, COVID. That must be obviously a new name you added in there, Mr. Caveman. So hi in Nova Scotia too. So who else we have here? As Ivan, I think we talked to you earlier. Is the value in adding a deck to a house for resale purposes, or is there a value in that? Do you get a return on your investment in doing so? I don't know. If you got an old dilapidated deck right now and you're planning on selling the home, that dilapidated deck is probably a drawback. You'd be maybe better off to tear that down and rebuild something that's new. It'll definitely show the home better. I wouldn't get too custom on the deck because you just don't know what the next buyer is going to want to do. It's hard to say. I would say it's going to add some value. Will you get your money back or make money on it? I don't think so, unless there's just some piece of junk there. You can just tear it off, because people see that and they just see a bunch of work, right? They aren't all necessarily wanting to jump into a deck as soon as they've just bought a house. So Charby, it was quite ingenious. I think you must be talking about the old TP multiplier back there. Well, it took me some time working on it. I wanted to do it more as a, grab stuff out of the garage and kind of make it up. And but first I sat down with my kids' old Connects or whatever those are called, and I was just trying to get the basic idea. And the more I got into it, the more I realized that I might as well just stick with that stuff there and make it from there. But anyways, it evolved, and it took a few hours one afternoon to sit down and figure it all out. But that's how it went. So Colin Waller, do you know Home Renovation DIY guy? No, I don't know him. I know of him. He definitely has a good channel. And yeah, no, I know who he is, or I know of him. I don't know who he is. He's a fellow Canadian, as far as I understand, but we're nowhere living near to each other. So Byron Espinanos, thanks, my friend, for the video. Well, you're welcome, Brian. Kaboom 362, shop around. They all take turns at door crasher specials. That's true. You're going back to the big box stores, and yes, they all have their door crashers, and so that's what they get you in there with. You really got to watch your other prices. So I think I missed a super chat there with Michael Parker. Hi Shannon, I built my mom a shed using your carpentry advice. The video went viral and paid for the shed through YouTube revenue. You are in the credits as my guru of choice. Thank you. Well, that's awesome. It's not easy to get any video to go viral. So if you threw up a shed video and you got it to go viral, hey, all the more power to you. I appreciate the super chat as well. Thank you. How do I get back to there? There we go. Okay. Having a little trouble getting my, there we go, getting my comments going. I got them going again. So it looks like we got about 100 people tuning in. We got some thumbs up there on the screen. I appreciate it if everybody did that. Just takes a second to click the thumbs up and let us know that you like what we're doing here. We're going to try to answer as many questions as we can tonight. Got about an hour or so planned for this. And like I said, I'm just glad that it's working. We've never done one where I don't have help on the side here. So looks like so far it's going all right. Is the sound a little echoey? I have no idea. I obviously can't hear it myself, but Big Al, putting a couple of slab closet doors on. Do I have to mortise where the hinge meets the door? Where the hinge meets the door. Well, you need to mortise the hinge into the edge of the door, and I'm assuming that's what you mean. It should be mortised into the jamb and into the door as well. So the answer would be yes, if I'm understanding you correctly. Do a house tour. I don't think so. There's been basically four adults living in here for just about a month straight. Not that it's completely wrecked, but I don't think the rest of my family would appreciate me wandering around. And plus I'm working on a desktop computer here, an iMac, so I can't lug it around, but sorry about that. Harry Langley, a little echo. Yeah, I kind of figured there would be. I think there is in the other ones too. That space we use normally is even a little more empty than this, so it wouldn't surprise me you're getting a little echo. Sorry about that. Some other people say the sound is great, so I don't know. Could be just your particular situation or your speakers on your computer. I have no idea. Don B, sounds good in St. Louis. Okay, hi in St. Louis. Hope everybody's safe down there too. Where are we? Heard every bit of that drink. It's just water, but yeah, sorry about that. My throat gets dry speaking so much. So Kaboom 362, I'm planning on doing vertical siding, board, and batten. It's customizing my home, almost like the new build. New windows, sheathing, and siding. I searched your channel and the forum for board and batten. Yeah, we don't actually have any exact videos definitely on board and batten at this time. I think we have discussed board and batten though on the forum a few times, but if there's any questions you have in particular about it, just post them up there. That's why we're there. That's why the forum's there. So Gunner66, thanks for your content. I do a lot of handiwork and you've been my go-to channel for a long time. I owe you. Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Oh, Gunner, you're close to me. I used to live in Saskatoon. So that's good, Gunner. Hope you're safe up there. The weather's been so up and down here yet. I had some indoor jobs planned that I was supposed to start back in middle of March. And then the whole COVID thing kind of threw a wrench into everything for that. So I've kind of delayed all my indoor work so I don't have to be in anyone's home. But our weather's been kind of up and down here. One day we'll get 15 degrees and the next day it'll be below 0. That's Celsius. So I've got a vinyl siding job I've been working on bits and pieces here over the last week and a half. And I'm waiting for this weather just to straighten up again so I can get outside and get out of the house a little bit. It's up in a property that's kind of a cabin resort thing, so there's nobody else around. So it's a good spot to go up there and work away where I don't bother anybody. So Michael Cruiser, you should grow a full beard. I maybe should while I actually just shaved for this tonight, but yeah, I honestly was thinking about it. I may not get a haircut until this whole thing is over, so I might actually get hair in my eyes. Do you think? I doubt it. But yeah, I was thinking about no haircut. I don't know about the beard thing, but you never know. Vincent Napod, can you please say hi to Claire? Hi, Claire. In order to embarrass my daughter, thank you. Well, I hope I don't embarrass you, Claire. You must be watching there with Dad. That's good. Shell's Mike, settle it once and for all. What side are you on? Backer board, in front of the tile flange, or on top? Honestly, I go on top anytime I can. It is so hard on the tile flange of a tub or a shower base or whatever to shave out the back of backer board or curdy board or drywall or whatever you're using. Try to shave that out. Most tubs are already just about a 1/4 inch thick, so you're shaving out half of whatever product you're using. To get it on there, get it solid, it's just not worth the time. I put it on top, just leave a little bit of space between whatever product you're using and the tile flange so that the two don't squeak together. And then that space you end up with there, you can either fill it with mortar, good caulking, or anything like that. Get it leveled out, do your tiles. If you're using big tiles, that little bit of space down there isn't going to make a whole lot of difference anyways. So fill it with mortar and you're good to go. So that's, I don't know if I settled it for you or not, but that's what I do. Herbert Henschel, can I use tongue and groove in the basement? I'm assuming you're talking tongue and groove like pine or cedar or something on the walls. And yeah, I don't know why you couldn't go right ahead and use it. Yeah. Ray Pendle, I'm in South Bend, Indiana. I'm assuming that's Indiana. Sorry, I don't know all the abbreviations for every state, but I'm pretty sure that must be Indiana. So hi to Ray in South Bend. Thanks for tuning in. Harry Langley, going to frame a dividing wall in my garage tomorrow. Been watching your basement framing videos today. Great stuff. Perfect. Yeah, we've actually got a lot of different framing videos. In fact, there's one we did on just some basic framing that's done in a garage. We took the wall all down after, but yeah, we have lots of framing information there for you. I hope you can find what you need, Harry. Good luck. Where was that one I was looking at? High Ridge Handyman, have to run a line from my basement panel to my shed. Could I run Romex through conduit right to the switch without a sub panel if it's sealed for water only 15 feet? Depends on your area. Most places will allow you to run it in conduit if it's at the right depth. So yeah, I personally would still use an outdoor like tight Romex that has the right sheathing on it for outdoor, even though you're in the conduit. But yeah, I think in a lot of areas, I don't know about your area exactly, but in a lot of areas it would be allowed. But just ask an electrician, see what they say. But in most cases, I don't see a problem with it. We've got Jers Connect. I'm not sure how you say that. Sorry. Shannon, thanks for your bathroom remodel videos because you gave me ideas for when I tackle mine. Yeah, that was right outside that door. That was in my own bathroom, actually. So you probably caught the odd glimpse of my office coming back over my shoulder in some of those videos. But yeah, so no problem. Good luck with your bathroom. Patriot Acres in Texas, Herbert, a channel called 1806 Stonehouse, I think, that has rebuilt an old house, and he used a red board type stuff for his shower walls. It's made for wet environments. You should look into that. That could have been drywall with what's that called? Red Guard. Could have been drywall with Red Guard on it. I've started experimenting with that a little bit. Not exactly Red Guard, another brand name, because I've never used it and I was curious about it. So I have done a couple projects with it, and actually really, I think it's pretty decent. It's pretty low cost, pretty quick item that you could use. You're going to get quite a few years out of your bathroom with that. Let's face it, a lot of people might redo their bathroom every 20 years or whatever. So as long as you can get a product that'll do that, in most cases, most people will be good. So Kevin Teleco, you're back, Kevin. The weather in Utah has been a roller coaster also the past few weeks. Yeah, this whole last like 12 months of weather has just been crazy here. Like we have big extremes in temperatures, and it was really dry here the last year. So it's been an odd one here too in my part of Canada. Jacob Budzinski, what are your thoughts on Schluter? I use a lot of Schluter products. I use everything from their different metals, tile metals, Curdy board, Curdy fabric. I've used their shower systems, Ditra Heat. I like the product. It is on the pricier side, but it is a very, very good quality product. And when it's done and installed correctly, I've never had a problem with it. So I definitely do like Schluter as a product for bathrooms and that sort of thing. So Rick Delve, I believe you're a patron, Rick, if I remember right. I'm pretty sure. No, I think I lost you. Where did you go? Rick? There you are. I'm building a cabin on my hunting property. I have 3/4 inch tongue groove on the floor joists. Once I have the plywood on the walls, should I put down plywood on the floor before I build my interior walls? It probably wouldn't hurt. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything. It's going to make it way easier to put all that plywood down. You won't have to work around all the all the walls and so many cuts and stuff. You just have basically a wide open space right now, I'm assuming. So I would go ahead and lay the plywood down and get it all in, and then build your walls on top of it. If you ever have a problem, you can easily cut that plywood at the edge of walls and stuff and remove what's in the room. So yeah, I would. It's just going to make it so much simpler and quicker for you. Andrew Garcia, how do you get a proper measurement on the tub drain on concrete? So I assume you're meaning you have your tub and you're wanting to get the exact measurement so that you know where to get that plumbing moved over to. Excuse me. Most tubs, if you go on their websites, they're going to give you those dimensions as far as what that measurement off the walls is to center of drain. That's the easiest way. If you don't have that access to that, you can basically set your tub up, on the floor or whatever, just stand it there so it's level and straight, just out in the middle of the room, and then use a level down the front end and the back side end, get a mark on the floor, and then measure from those marks to get your center. And then basically just do the same thing. Once you know how the tub's going to fit in the room, use your walls as references to get center of drain line. It's a pretty common thing. So if you've removed an old tub or a shower, 9 times out of 10, that drain is never going to match up again to what you had. So it just takes some fiddling around. You might, if it's concrete, you might have to break out the concrete and dig it up a little bit to get back in there and cut it and move it. But yeah, just take your time, measure it out right. But most of the manufacturers on their websites, they do have that information right there. Hammer time. Can you put in over I think you missed something. Put it, oh, here we go. You're right underneath here again too. Can you put it over the flange? You must be going back to the cement board question over the tiling flange on the tub. Like I said, I really wouldn't, because shaving that out, especially on cement board, is a real pain in the butt. In fact, if you're going to do it, what I would do is use a grinder and grind it out, wear a mask. And you want to actually grind a little more than just enough, because you don't want that making any contact with an acrylic tub, especially, because that's going to cause some squeaks. Every time you step around in that tub and the tub flexes a little bit, it's going to squeak on those points if there's contact. So if anything, shave off enough that you're not getting any contact there. Yeah, like I said, that's why I go over it, because I've learned from my mistakes on that. And it's just so much easier to go over it and deal with the space that you end up with dealing with. above the tub. JNs, when did you start your business? I don't know. If you're talking house improvements, we started in about 2009, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. My personal construction business, I started as a sideline when I was working for a commercial contractor, and I was doing jobs on the side in residential type situations, evenings and weekends. And I honestly don't know, probably started doing little jobs like that probably back in about 99 or something like that, if I remember right. And then I started full time in my own business in about 04, 05, I think, or 03. I don't know. It's been a while. Anyways, that was from JN's. Sam Henke, yep, Indiana. Perfect. I got the abbreviation correct. What else we got going on here? Joseph G. So insulating a basement, putting foam board against foundation wall, then 2x4 wall with unfaced bad insulation in between. Heard don't put vapor barrier, turns wall into gigantic diaper. True? Well, there's a lot of back and forth on this exact topic. It really depends a lot on your climate. I do basements with rigid foam a lot. So I'll do usually my favorite version is 1-inch foam on the right against the concrete wall. 2x4 insulated wall with Roxol insulation usually in it, and then a vapor barrier because that's what I need to have here to still meet code, and then drywall. What I'd recommend is using the smart barriers now, the smart vapor barriers. They supposedly will allow the wall to breathe if it needs to, and I mean there's nothing wrong with that if it works, and it seems that all the studies say that it is working. So that's probably what I would do. I haven't done a basement now for about a year, but I think I'm going to start using the smart barrier. That's what I've been recommending lately anyway. So, but in certain circumstances, especially if you have a wet, leaky basement, yes, you could have problems. Anywhere where I am, we have to have a vapor barrier. Some areas, if you use 2-inch foam, they'll allow you not to have a vapor barrier. So just check it all out beforehand. But yeah, keep your basement dry, and you're usually not going to have too much of an issue. So, Dan Hall, greetings from Iowa. Thoughts on the best way to re-glue vinyl floor next to the tub in the bathroom? It's curling. Okay, so you're probably talking about the very edge there, right up against the tub. Once it starts curling like that, there's darn near nothing you can do with it. What I've done in the past to get people, through some time until they can redo the flooring is I have cut that curled area out, because it's usually not very much. It's maybe 1/2 inch you have to cut off, or 1/4 inch, and then there's nothing in the way there. And then I'll use a vinyl molding, like a vinyl quarter round or something like that, glue it down in place, silicone it or caulk it, and that's what I've done before, and it kind of fixes 2 birds with 1 stone there. You get rid of that ugly edge of vinyl flooring that's curling up, and you can reseal that edge so water that gets splashed out of the tub or when you're getting out or whatever doesn't cause any issues. So that's what I've done in the past. If you're going to change your flooring, just change your flooring. But this is a nice, neat way to just fix it up again and get things sealed up. So where are we at? High Ridge Handyman says thanks. Yep, no problem. Good luck with your projects. Don B, High Ridge. Mo, question marks. Not sure what that's about. Sharby, Red Guard. Yep, I was talking about Red Guard there a while ago. Yeah, it's kind of rubberized. It's basically a roll-on or paint-on rubberized barrier membrane. And like I said, I've been playing with it a little bit on a couple jobs, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it, honestly. Let's face it, with that stuff, you can use drywall on your walls, which is very inexpensive, and still get a waterproof coating. In fact, if your walls are in good shape, you could probably put it right over your old walls, and then retile. Brent Patterson, would you recommend using drywall and shower with Schluter or a cement board with Schluter? Okay, so that's just something like what I was talking about. Actually, what I used to always do with Schluter, when I originally started using Schluter Curdy, the like the fabric, Curdy fabric, is I was using cement board and then the Curdy board. I'd use cement board up about 4 or 5 feet off the tub, and then it would just be drywall above that. And then I'd put my Curdy fabric on and get above that 5 feet, like, go up 6 feet or whatever. And that's what I was doing before. Then Curdy themselves, Schluter, they're recommending just put it over drywall. I mean, the Curdy is the waterproof substrate that you're using. So after that, I started putting Curdy fabric right over the drywall in cases where I had drywall. Now I do that system mainly, or Curdy board if I've got the walls gutted out and I need to put something back on. I find the Curdy board is pricier than drywall with the Curdy fabric on it, but if you take into account the labor and handling and stuff, the Curdy board, in my opinion, is a quicker way to go. So it just gets me in and out a little bit faster. Mookie the Pimp Thompson. Hi, Mookie. Hi from Chicago, Illinois. Stay healthy, stay blessed, my brother from up north. Hey, no problem, Mookie. You guys stay safe down there too. I kind of jumped ahead here because I had stopped my scroll. So Mike Lang, I want to push out my front entryway, but one roof will slope into the other roof, which slopes the other way. One slope. Okay, so you're going to have an intersecting roof. I'm not quite following you there. Mike, that's probably a question better for the forum. I would go to the forum, post up your question there, and it's just easier to help you with something like that. Sometimes we even need a photo just to visualize what you're dealing with, and you can post photos up there. So check out the forum, and yeah, go there and hook up with us, and we'll help you out for sure. Divas Magister Craft ignored me twice. Downvote and unsub. Oh, come on, Divas. Give me a break here. You know how many names are flashing up here, and I'm trying to talk and think at the same time. I really hope you don't give the thumbs down or unsub us, but if that's what you want to do, I guess you're going to do it. So anyways, I caught you this time, but yeah, I'm going to move on. Danny Boy, hi Shannon. Thanks for all your videos. I used your shed video last summer to build my gazebo. Great tip in that series. Great tips in that series. Cheers from Toronto. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're able to basically use the basic techniques that I showed in that shed framing series to do your gazebo. Perfect. Mike Lang, like a V. Yeah, I'm still not following you, Mike. So the forum's still the best place to go. So let's see, who else do we have down here? Chico Pukadu, toilet flange broken, replace it or fix it. In most cases, I would just replace it. If you can get at the pipe and cut it off and just put a whole new flange on, that'd be the way I'd go. There are some kits out there, depending on the situation you have. You might be able to fix it, but if you can get at it to cut it off and actually replace the top hub, then that's what I would do. JDO, hey, what's up, Shannon? The Cannon from New Jersey. Hey, JDO. Hey, not too much is up here. It's pretty quiet, just like everywhere around the world right now. People are staying home and only going out when they have to. So yeah, it's quiet. Michael Cruiser, cast iron is my favorite drain pipe material. Safer and very quiet. Yeah, it is. It is a quieter pipe compared to like ABS or PVC. That's for sure. I'm not sure what safer means, but yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with cast iron, and it lasts for many years. So Kevin Tillich, I hope everyone is being safe out in the US today. It really helps protect us high risk people. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good message, Kevin. A lot of us are so used to just going out, oh, I need this, so I just run out to the store, get home, and 10 minutes later, oh, I need this, I run out there. This whole thing is really making me rethink a lot of those trips. I'm starting to make lists. I'm just going out every couple days, even if that. Other than when I'm working, when I do get a chance to work, I get in the truck and I head out of town and I go to work. But yeah, it's we don't need to go to Timmy's and get our coffee every morning. We can make that at home, really. Less contact we have right now, the less spread we have, and I think that's good for everybody. So, and there's a lot of people out in the world that really can't take that chance of being infected. They've got low or high vulnerability to diseases and that sort of thing, or whatever their circumstances are. So it's not worth risking other people's lives either. So just stay home if you can. Where are we at here? How are we doing for time? Where's my time? We got lots of time here yet, so keep the questions coming in. We still got about 80 people in here, and we got 80 thumbs up. That's great. Who do we got here? Neo GX 148. Have a 100-year-old house, and water has been getting through my galvanized flashing, and it destroyed all the subfloor. Dug 2 feet into the ground with wider flashing, but didn't work. Any tips to check? 100-year-old house. Well, I mean, the obvious thing is you got to really figure out where this is getting in from. Do you not have maybe gutters on your house or eave trough or whatever? You need to get that moisture away, or is it a case where the grading around your house, the ground level, needs to get sloped away so you get that moisture away? And it's galvanized metal. It usually takes a fair bit to rust that. I mean, it shouldn't happen too quickly. So I don't know if you have something else going on there. 100-year-old house, you wouldn't have galvanized up against pressure treated in a 100-year-old house, so that shouldn't be it. I'm not sure. Might be something else to bring to the forum, and we can look at it a little closer, and maybe you can post some pictures there even of the area that you're having trouble with, so we can maybe figure it out for you. Fernando P, I don't want to be wobbling like the wall. What do you recommend for backing under floor and wall? I don't want it to be wobbling like the wall. What do you recommend? I'm thinking you're going back to something we discussed earlier, and I just don't remember what that topic is, Fernando. I don't remember what we were talking about, so I'm a little lost on that question there. Dan Hall, great idea, thanks. You're welcome, Dan. Okay, Victor Kogan, any suggestions on how to insulate then finish basement to also be able to keep mice out? Love your videos. Well, really the main thing, you got to start from the outside in. They're finding a way in, and obviously you don't know what it is yet, or you'd have it covered up, but unless they're already in the house, it isn't a problem from the inside. You've got something, they don't take much to get through. They, 1/4 inch or a 5/8 hole, that mouse is going to stick his head through there. And if he has his head through, his body's through right behind it. So once they find that spot too, they kind of just figure out they can keep coming and going from there. So try to find that spot, whether it's a piece of loose flashing or one thing that mice really like is vinyl siding outside corners. They can actually get up under that corner and climb all the way up your house, get into your eaves, where there's a better chance they're going to find a way in through the attic or whatever. So go around, stick some steel wool into those corners too if you happen to have vinyl siding. I'm not sure your exact situation. Daniel McCoy, 17 years ago, dropped a mobile home to ground and rebuilt it from the frame up. Since then, they put me in a flood zone. The roof made 2x4, so started sagging and leaking. And you're right after. So when down city from permit, I'm having problems with trusses because the wall. I can't make heads or tail of exactly what you're saying there. Again, come to the forum. Yeah, I'm a little confused on what you've written there. So come to the forum. We can figure it out there for sure. Sorry, Daniel. Mike Lang, I want to push out my front entry. Oh, we already had you on there, Mike. I must have stopped my scroll again. Where are we at? Eric, did you just cough? Do you have coronavirus? No, I've got a sore or a dry throat, Erica. I don't have coronavirus that I know of. I don't have any symptoms like that. Just dry mouth from talking to you guys. And then Eric is giving me the emoji with the laughing and crying face. So obviously he was making a joke there. Platinum Home Inspections. Great videos. Keep up the great info. Thanks from Platinum Home Inspections. Patty, I'm getting 2 thumbs up from Patty. Perfect. Thank you. Jacob Budzniski, have you had any bad clients to work for? No, I wouldn't say I've had bad clients. I've had difficult clients at some jobs, but for the most part, once we all get on the same page, it's pretty easy to work with most people. I kind of pride myself in being able to weed out the bad clients before I get put in that situation. I generally am a fairly good judge of people. Maybe a little too lenient on some people, but I'm a pretty good judge when I first meet somebody, whether this is somebody I can trust to work with and move forward with when I'm, even figuring out the quotes. So no, I haven't had too many really bad experiences. Like I said, I've got some odd clients that are a little difficult to work with, but we all figure it out by the end of the job. So Beardy Nolando, can you say Irish wrist watch really fast 5 times? I really doubt it. I'm not even going to try, Beardy. Oliver Orange, I see your TP multiplier in the background. Yep, there it is, folks. The famous TP multiplier. If you didn't see the video, you'll have to go check it out. But so here it is, splitting a single roll into a double in this case. And yeah, that has a lot of puns. I don't know if everybody caught all those puns in the beginning. I think there was at least 10 or 12 or 14 or something in that whole thing. So that was a lot of fun to write up that little bit and to build that gizmo. So you got to have some fun, make people smile. Alex Schoten, have you ever sanded a hardwood floor with an orbital hand sander? Home Depot isn't renting tools. Can't use a professional grade at the moment. Excuse me. That's a big project. If it's got any amount of damage on it, you're going to be there for eons and going to use up so much paper. If you can put it off, I would just put it off until you can rent the equipment. I'm assuming that what you're saying right now is maybe Home Depot isn't, or whoever isn't renting out equipment right now with the whole coronavirus thing going on. So honestly, I would wait unless it's a really small room, but that's going to be a ton of work with an orbital sander. I've used an orbital to go around and touch up the edges and stuff, but yeah, you're not going to get a very good job out of it if you're actually having some damaged floors you need to fix. So I would put it off for now. Eric, LOL, TP multiplier. Yeah. Brandon Gaines, wow, perfect timing. What is your opinion on step up voltage converters? In all honesty, I don't even know what that is. So I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. I'm not an electrician. I know enough to do the wiring and stuff that I've showed everybody on my channel. I'm not exactly sure or familiar with the term step up voltage. So I won't even try to pretend that I do. So got to know your limits, and that's my limit. Luke Breeze, what is the best way to attach a chimney cap to a brick chimney? So kind of depends on the chimney a little bit and how good a shape it is. Generally speaking, you can usually the caps will have some little tabs on it, and you can drill through those tabs and just use some Tapcon bolts into the mortar cap that's on top of the chimney, the surrounding of the chimney. It really depends on your chimney and the condition of the chimney. So, but that's what I would do. If it's in good shape, you can easily drill some small holes. It won't take much to hold that cap on there, and throw some Tapcons in it, and you'll be good to go. Charby, saw the Patreon post. Are you going to start a new vlog this month? Yes, Char, we are. So actually, starting middle of the week, we've decided to release a vlog series. You might have seen the vlog that I did on the bathroom earlier last year, I guess it was. We did another vlog. I'm not going to say right now what that vlog was on. Unfortunately, we don't have a series of videos to go with the build that we did with that vlog, but we have the vlog, and we were going to release it a little bit later in the spring, but we decided with everyone home and sitting around bored that maybe you guys needed a little more YouTube time or house improvement time. So we're going to release the vlog starting on the 8th of April, and it's going to run. We're going to release one every weekday until they're all done. And I think there's 15 in that series, so it goes on for a couple weeks anyways. And they're just short. They're just vlogs, so I don't think there's one longer than 5 minutes. They're anywhere from 1.5 minutes to 5 minutes sort of thing. So it's just something that we've been playing with, and we've got this last one. We don't have another one yet, but we just thought we'd release it early and give you guys just a little taste of house improvements every day, if you don't mind. We'd appreciate you watching and sharing. So yeah, that was from Char. She is a Patreon. That is correct. If any of you don't know what Patreon is, that's basically we've got links on our sites and our videos in the descriptions where you can go and become a patron of ours, and basically you just commit to some kind of donation to us, and it helps fund our videos and our equipment and that sort of thing. And it's in my opinion, you can do as little as $2 a month. That's not my opinion, that's fact. You can do as little as $2 a month. You can do a one-time payment, whatever you want to do, but go check out Patreon if you don't mind. Eric, glad you don't have the virus. Stay healthy, friend. Hey, thanks, Eric. I hope you're good too. So did I miss anybody up higher there? Chris P, house built in 1960. What type of paneling should I use to update basement and go over the painted concrete block? What kind of paneling? Honestly, I'm not a big fan of paneling at all. I think paneling is really going to date your house. Personally, I would drywall it, but I wouldn't put drywall right over your concrete. Looks like that's what you're wanting to do. If you've just got painted concrete block, I would just paint it if you need to update it. I wouldn't spend a bunch of money on putting paneling or drywall or anything on there until such time as you can finish the basement properly, and not properly, but finish it more thoroughly with insulation and a framed wall and everything. So that's what I would do, Chris, anyways. Lightspeed Monk. Put a new door in my mobile home last year. Worked great through the summer. Now I have frost heave issues. Doors hard to open and close. Any suggestions? That can be a very common thing, especially in my area, because we definitely do get frost issues, and my area is gumbo here, so frost and gumbo don't go real well together. You could plane a little bit off if the door is just rubbing a little bit, like just plane enough so it'll work without causing any issues, because chances are when the frost all comes out of the ground and everything settles back down, the gap's going to open back up, and you don't want it to open too much. So if you can put up with it, put up with it. If you can't, just plane or sand down that edge of the door that's causing you the issues, and see if you can just make that work for now. We have that issue here, and it's not bad in everybody's house, but certain situations you get some movement and doors rub, or you got to cut out the latch plate a little higher or lower because the latch isn't catching anymore because the door is moved or the frame is moved or whatever. So it's a pretty common thing. Fernando P, I have a split level home, and I removed a wobbling half wall at the end of my living room, separating the front door stairs. Would like to install a wrought iron railing. What? Okay. Was this the going back to that wobbling wall thing I wasn't understanding a while ago? Split level home, remove wobbling wall. Yeah, I don't know what your question is. There shouldn't be a problem with installing wrought iron wall. The problem, did you remove the wall? Yeah, you removed the wall already. So I don't know what you found. There's probably a gap in the flooring there or something that you're going to have to deal with. But yeah, there should be no issue as far as putting a railing up there. So I'm not sure why the wall was wobbling, but hopefully you can get the railing secured down better so it's solid. Jose G. Lazo, stay home safe. Yep, I've certainly been trying. Today, my family, well, this weekend actually, we kind of had game weekend. So my kids are, what are they now? 23 and 21. So they aren't kids. My young adult children, or whatever they're called. Anyways, we're all, and my wife and myself, we're all been trapped in here for better part of a month now, it seems like. And this weekend we decided was game weekend. So we played a bunch of games and sat around the table, had some laughs, had a couple drinks. And today we had Hawaiian Day. I changed now, but you know, we had our Hawaiian shirts on. We made up some margaritas in the blender and played some more games. So we're just trying to make the best of it and enjoy each other's company and try not to drive everybody nuts. So hope everybody can kind of do the same thing and get through this thing. So Eric, glad you don't have the virus. Stay healthy, friend. No problem, Eric. You too. Mo, hey dude, thanks for all the videos. You're welcome, Mo. Thanks for watching. Daniel McCoy, I-beam 33.5 from the wall. I don't know what we were talking about before. Sorry, I'm lost. I can't remember what we were talking about on that one. Sorry about that. Joe Rossman, hello there. I have a question for you. I'm about ready to buy my first house. Should I call a contractor to look over everything before I make the purchase? You know, honestly, there's lots of good home inspection companies out there, but I think there's almost just as many bad ones. I've heard so many rumors. I don't know if they're true or not. Home inspectors basically working for the realty places, and they're all just trying to work together to push homes through. But there's lots of good home inspectors too. So, I mean, if you know a home inspector on a recommendation from someone who's used them and they've been happy with them, I would go that route. But if you don't, a good general contractor, if you can get a recommendation from somebody on one in your area, they can go through there and find the quality of your house or the not quality of your house just as easy as a home inspector, in my opinion. Excuse me. Especially someone who's been in the trade for a while, worked in your area for a while. They know what to look for, what are the common issues. That being said, you can also have like an electrical inspection by an electrician or a plumbing inspection by a plumber. You know, your heating, furnace, all that kind of stuff. So do you need a home inspector? No. Do you need a carpenter? No. You can use a combination of all of them or one of them or whatever you want. But the key is finding somebody you can trust and somebody that best you can get by recommendation from somebody else, as far as I'm concerned. So good luck with your first purchase, by the way, when you finally find the right one. Brand T, I have a 70-year-old home with a rafter framed roof. Some areas are sagging, but there doesn't seem to be any structural problems. Should I be worried? My own house, actually, this house is built in '56, and my roof is pretty much just a gable roof. You know, slopes two ways. And I've got what I call a horseback sway in it. Some of my rafters, it's just the age of the home and the way the rafters were built. The rafters were built right here on site. And over time, they just sag. Lumber sags, maybe wasn't 100% built as strong as it could have been originally. And right now at this point, my own house, I'm not super worried about it. Looks wise, would I like to change it? I absolutely would. That's a pretty big project, and I don't think I'm wanting to bite that one off right now. But so yeah, if it's just got a bit of sag in it, that's generally not a huge issue if you're not seeing big problems inside or, you know, catastrophic sagging. So no, it's generally not a huge issue, but you can always have a carpenter come and look at it and get their opinion from it. Maybe there's something you can do in the attic or in the ceiling space to prop it up a little better. You're not going to get it straight now after 70 years. It's sagged and you're not going to straighten it out. But maybe there's something it needs just to help strengthen it a little bit. But like I said, my own house, the front side has got a little more sag. The back's pretty flat. The front's definitely got a dip. It's probably my rafter from eave to peak is probably around, I don't know, 12, 14 feet. And I'd say in the worst spots, it's probably sagged a couple inches or something like that, I'm guessing. And yeah, it doesn't look super great from the ground, but whatever, it's working, it doesn't leak. I don't see any problems with it right now. JB Culded Knives. Culded Knives. Yeah, thanks for the videos. They've been great and helpful. They've been very helpful, sorry. Yeah, you're welcome, JB. Alex Shutton. Thanks for the response. Great suggestion. You're welcome, Alex. Anis Hafez. Hi, if I'm digging exterior door for my basement, the weeping tiles coming in the way, and I still have to go down 3 feet. Okay. What do you suggest? Well, your weeping tile's in the wrong spot. If you're still 3 feet from your footing and you're hitting the weeping tile already. Yeah, that's a strange one. I don't know why it's so high. It should really be right down where your footing is, basically where the footing and the concrete wall meet, or even a little lower. So I have no idea why it's so high. What you could do really is probably just cut it and cap the two ends, because if you're digging in a basement door, you should really be having a drain in that stairwell at the foot of the door outside. So cap those weeping tile ends off, and they'll still feed around to wherever your sump pit is. So that's what I would do. That's all you can really do, unless you're going to dig up the whole house and put it in the right spot. Where are we now? That was Annis. Yep, that's what I do, Annis. Tundra Boy, hi. I think I can do an add-on top of a septic tank, wood floor halfway, still have access to it. I think I can do an add-on on top of a septic tank. So I think what you're asking is, could you build an addition to your home over top of your septic tank? Depending on the situation, you likely could, as long as you're not going to bear any kind of weight on the septic tank. Yeah, it's hard to say. I don't know what your exact situation is. If you're spanning across it and not putting any weight on the septic tank or the lines going away from it, I don't see why you couldn't, honestly. Maybe I'm missing something, but I think it would be all right. Frank Pickard, bye-bye. J Punch, okay. As Ivan, can you upload a video on how to correctly install a shiplap on the ceiling? We definitely can do that. Are we going to have that coming up anytime soon? Not likely, not unless I get a job that's calling for that. When we shoot videos, something like that, the product itself is just too expensive to just mock up a scenario and put the shiplap up and go with it, sort of thing. So unless I get a job that needs that sort of thing, that's usually where we do a video like that. So we maybe will at some point, but at this time we have nothing planned for that. But if you come to the forum, I can help you get started with it if you have some questions on where to start or how to achieve what you want to do. Dave W, thanks for the videos, helps out a lot. You're welcome, Dave. Jesse Coulter, hey man, love your videos. When I decided to get into the trades, I've watched tons of your videos when I was a laborer to learn new things and advance in the trade. Thanks, man. Well, I hope it helped, Jesse. Sounds like maybe you're past the laborer stage and you're a carpenter now, and that's great. We all learn every day, so all you can do is be like a sponge and absorb everything you can learn. Best thing you can do is work side by side with a journeyman who really knows their stuff, and you can learn so much from them if they're willing to teach you. So, okay, well, we're getting close to we're a little over an hour now, and an hour was kind of what I had set out. So I'll take a couple more questions, and then I think we're going to wrap it up. What do you guys think of these live feeds? Like, is this worth the time to do? Are you guys liking it? Are you enjoying it? Am I engaging enough? I know, obviously, there was somebody there a while ago that I kicked off because I missed their comment a couple times and didn't see it in time, but that's going to happen. I'm sorry. I can't catch everybody. Even when I've got help here, we can't catch everybody. And I know I tend to sometimes catch the same people a few different times in a chat, and I probably miss other people. Unfortunately, it's just kind of the luck of the draw, and as this keeps scrolling, it just like got to keep kind of moving with it. So again, like I said, I try to mention as many of you as I can and get to as many of you as I can, and I hope I can do it well enough to keep you guys around. But yeah, maybe let's see how many of you are enjoying what we do with these live streams, and if it's worth our time or if I'm wasting your guys' time, let me know. So, and again, with these and any of our videos, about the easiest way to know when we're going to do this is to be subscribed to our YouTube channel and have your notifications turned on and set so that you will receive notifications. And that way you'll be notified as soon as we post anything new or go live or anything like that. For these live feeds, I also try to post on all our social media just a couple hours ahead or whatever, just giving you a bit of notice what time we'll be on here and doing it. I was looking at a stat. YouTube keeps stats on everything. It's actually amazing if you've never had your own channel and known what you could do with it. But I was looking at a stat today that showed how many of our subscribers, and we've got almost 600,000 subscribers now, really close to that, actually, and that's awesome. I think it said 9% of our subscribers actually had notifications turned on. I believe that was the stat, and it kind of surprised me, honestly. I don't know what I thought. I really thought it would be a much bigger number than that, but you can always turn them off. Like if you turn it on and you're like, this guy's annoying, he's bugging me every week or every 2 weeks or whatever, I don't like it, you can always change your notifications. But I would suggest, even for the next month or whatever you want, go in and turn them on and see how it works, and just see if it's helpful to you. Great. If it isn't, turn it off and ignore it. But it helps you to see every time we post or make a comment or that sort of thing. So anyways, let's get a few more questions here, and then I think we're going to wrap things up. So let's see, where am I going to start? Right here. Mike Billings, all good stuff. Thanks for information. You're welcome, Mike. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Sarah D, are you aware of how hot you are? Well, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. My wife thinks the same thing. Azon Ivan, absolutely. This definitely has value. Great to get answers from you live. You're definitely engaging. Much appreciated. Okay, well, that's great to know. I appreciate that, Azon. I don't know. I'm just an average Joe. Like, I'm a carpenter, and I don't know much about computers and all this stuff. So this is all a little bit more foreign to me. Put a hammer and a saw in my hand and I can show you anything you want to see almost. But to try to interact like this is really foreign to me. And I know I'm a talker, so that helps me on this part of it. But I'm glad that at least you're enjoying what I'm doing. So Paul Hendrickson, Awesome. I love Q&A. Keep them coming. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that. Case number 001. I hope that wasn't your case number for COVID. It's awesome, man. Your advice and input is seriously invaluable to me. Keep it up, and thank you for your time. You're welcome, case number 001. Charby, wish you and your family well. Take care and be safe. You as well, Char. Appreciate it. Nice chatting with you. How am I going to say this? Jersey, I don't know how to say that, man. Sorry. Keep doing the live stream. Your subs gotta like just like I do. Perfect. Well, it seems like these last few people that have taken the time to comment on that they're liking what we have, so maybe we'll keep going with it. Kevin Tillack, he's giving me like the peace symbol and the smiley face, so thanks, Kevin. Appreciate that. Mike Billings, that's how I knew the event started. So I'm assuming you are a sub and you've got your notifications on, Mike. So that's great. Appreciate that. And yeah, I think it's the easiest way to know. I don't know. Check it out, like I said, and if you don't like it, turn it off. Jameson Dahl, great stuff, Shannon. You're welcome, Jameson. Man, I moved this little strip on the side too quick sometimes, and then I lose track of where it was. There I am. Royalty 3000. Hey, man. Anson Hafez. Hi, Shannon. Thanks for answering my question. I was just wondering if cutting concrete for egress and basement exterior door a DIY. I've increased some window sizes in basement walls a couple of times. It's a heck of a project, I'll tell you right now. The guys that do this for a living, I mean, they come in, they've got the right equipment. They're fairly quick. They're in and out, bit messy, but you're going to have the mess too. I don't know. Get some prices and see what it is in your area. See what makes sense for what you want to do. You could. What I've done in the past is I've rented electric concrete cutting saws with the big diamond. I think they're 14-inch diamond blades or whatever, and water and the whole shebang. Now the saws I've rented, I can't cut right through, so I usually drill perfectly level holes through my corners or whatever, some kind of markers, so I can get marks inside and out, and then I cut both ways. And it's not ever going to be perfect that way, but it does pretty good. But it's a heck of a job. It really is. Depends, I guess, what you're doing. Get some prices and see what they charge you. It might not be worth you know, there might be other things you could do while they're doing that. So okay, Bill Collins, give me the thumbs up. Thanks, Bill. Kevin Tillack, my notifications are on. Right on, Kevin. Right on. Harley 103, awesome idea to do the live chats. Oh, great. We kind of thought so. It was something we wanted to try. I mean, it's something to help engage with you guys and get some little bit of one-on-one time for you on specific questions you have. So again, though, the forum really is we have a great forum. Myself's on there. We've got about a half dozen other real regular people that are all very knowledgeable, and we can help you with it. Just about anything on there with your house or DIY projects. So don't forget about the forum. Stefan Igil, give out prizes for the live chat. You want some prizes? Well, that might be something we have to think about. There's a little more work involved in organizing all that, but it's an option. We like suggestions. Thanks. Freo7, what's the best table saw without breaking the budget? You know, in my trailer, it really depends what you're going to do, but in my trailer, I carry with me a Makita table saw. You've probably seen it, I'm pretty sure, on some videos. So it's a Makita saw. It's got like a fold-up stand all attached on it and everything. It's a pretty darn good saw. And I mean, considering it's barely a step above the small saws with just a skill saw basically turned upside down inside of it. That's probably really all it is as far as the guts go. But it's being Makita, it's a good brand. I've never, it's got lots of guts. I can plow through some 2x4s through it or whatever. So it's a really good portable, economical saw. I mean, it's still up in Canada here, it's still $600-700. So I guess it depends on your budget, what you want to do. If you're looking for something stationary, I don't think you can even buy my stationary saw anymore. So I'm not too up on shop saws as far as what's a good one in there. But just look at your budget and check out the reviews online, I guess. You know, if you're looking for a $200 saw, you're not going to find much of a saw for $200. You're going to have to spend $500-600 unless you're buying a used saw, like an older used saw. You might get something for a couple $100 that's pretty decent. So some of the old Craftsmans were pretty good, actually. Get a cast top on them. Good question. Tiny Nest. No, you just missed our question, LOL. Oh no, where were you, Tiny Nest? Let's see if I can look back here real quick. I don't see it. Sorry, Tiny Nest. Go to the forum with it or come to the next live chat. Sorry, I'm just not seeing it. It must be a ways back. Wesley Peterson, you've been a big help to me in my remodeling my home over the past 7 years. You've taught me so much. Perfect, Wesley. So you've been with us for a long time. That's awesome. We've been on YouTube since August 2010 was our first video, if I remember right. So almost 10 years. And we started the website before that, and then we transitioned into YouTube mostly. So Rogelio Rodriguez, sorry. That's all in Spanish. So I see gracias and stay safe. So I'm assuming you're saying thank you and asking me to stay safe with all this Corona stuff going on, and same to you and your family. Gracino Ortega, thanks to your videos, I've learned a lot. I've done a couple projects at home. I really thank you. God bless you, Sean. Okay, well, a lot of people that make that mistake, it's Shannon, actually. I know it's a different name for a guy, but my name is Shannon. I get Sean a lot. That isn't uncommon, but you're welcome. Lay him down. I get 3 thumbs up. Perfect. Thanks, Lamb. Clint Boyd, best DIY teacher on YouTube. Thank you. That's pretty high praise. Thank you. Cheers from Texas. Stay safe in Texas there, Clint. Top series. How much should I expect to pay for a new vinyl siding with a little bit of stone for a 1,600 square foot 2-story house? There's so many things. People ask me questions like that all the time, and it's so hard. Material wise, our prices and your prices are so different because of the dollar. Labor wise, you know, depending where you are, I don't know what your labor rate is. I mean, we could be talking $8,000. We could be talking $20,000. That's so hard. Excuse me, so hard for me to say. I'm sorry about that. Top series. Okay, here's Tiny Nest. Okay, this is our last question. Tiny Nest. LOL. Okay, we'll hit the forum or next stream. We were getting all excited as you approached our message, and then you took a break to chat about doing the stream, etc., and then resume further down. Okay, sorry about that, Tiny Nest. We'll catch you hopefully in the forum then, and see what your question was. Sorry about that. Okay, everybody, I think I'm going to wrap up. We've been going for about an hour and 20 minutes, and this water is helping my throat, but it isn't perfect when I'm talking so much. So it's hard. I'm holding up the whole end of the conversation here, so it's a little tough to keep talking for that long. So I'm still getting lots of thumbs up from everybody. Tiny Nest, everybody, thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, please think about turning on your notifications or subscribing and turning on your notifications on our YouTube channel, and then you won't miss out on any of this kind of stuff. And for right now, the most important thing is just keep your family safe. And the safer you can keep your family, the safer you're keeping everybody around you too. So stay home, social distance, do everything that everybody's asking everyone around the world to do. Love you. Stay safe.